the Shaolin using the Joust. Okay? This movement pattern requires for you to um, anchor the straps that come with the Joust on a high anchor point, anywhere between, I would say, 9 feet high. It's fine. Okay, and then the height of the joust on the floor is gonna be where, let me show you here right real quick, where if you're gonna put a bumper plate that you clear about 3 or 4 inches of the ground. Just an idea. Okay, so let's go over some setup points to perform the Shaolin. Okay, notice that right now the strap is vertical to the ground. Okay, right here. Okay? So we want to change that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in a split stance. Okay, but the start, because I want to create or start with tension, I need to change that angle. Okay, so I'm going to perform two setups. One, I'm going to move back a little bit to create that slight angle. Okay, number two, I'm going to move slightly to my right because I'm going to be turning to my right. So I'm going to create this second angle. Okay. So now I have tension now. Okay. If I'm going to go to my right, okay, I'm going to place the joust under my right armpit, and then I'm going to turn my hand into underhand grip and hold the bar like so. Okay. Can you show that, Jimmy? Okay, cool. My left hand is going to, or left arm is going to come right here where my forearm is perpendicular to the bar and elbow is perpendicular. The elbow angle is also 90 degrees. Okay, like so. And then I'm going to lower my center of mass. Okay, and at this point, you're ready to perform what we call the cylindrical effect, which is shoulder, hip, back foot pivot as I push with my left and keep it here, keep it tight. This is my anchor point. Let me show you. And then you come up at this point and you stop right here. You don't need to bring it on top of your head. Okay, that's not desirable. You keep it right slightly in front. I always like to keep looking at the joust. Okay, look at my footprint. Can you see my back foot pointing my front midfoot? Yes, you can. Okay, and then at this point, you bring it down slowly. You pull the brakes toward that eccentric contraction. Okay, you stop right here on the side. You don't stop at the bottom. Okay, here there's no tension. You want to keep constant tension. Okay, right here. Okay? So you push anchor point and go up, and then bring it down slowly. This is going to humble anybody that claims to have a strong core. It's one of the most challenging core exercise I ever done. Okay, the reason being is because all my core muscle fibers with a horizontal and diagonal orientation are on fire. Okay, there's no there's no back squat deadlift that can, with such little weight, that can activate your core, especially the rotating muscles, the way the Joust or the Shaolin does. Okay, so a common mistake usually is to swing the bar at the beginning. See, swing the bar like so, and see my feet. They don't. They just stay looking forward. Okay. The other mistake is collapsing at the hip. See, I mean at the heel. Sorry, the heel. Okay, like so. This is very unstable. Okay. What I like to say is follow the bar. See, right here. See the weight is standing. I'm standing on the ball of my feet. Okay. I'm nimble here, and then I'm ready to perform this cylindrical motion right here. And notice that I also lower my center of mass as I raise the bar up. Okay. Now watch my center of mass. I'm standing a little high, a little tall. As I turn, my center of mass goes down a little. Okay, that gives me a stronger base. Okay, then I'll bring it down. Let me do the other side just to balance my strength. Watch. I'm wide here. Okay, anchor, push, turn. Okay, and bring it down. A variation of the Shaolin is by keeping my hands, both hands, on the joust. Okay. So let me show you how that looks like. I'm going to be standing in an athletic stance. I'm going to get, I'm going to make sure that I have that tension. Okay. The starting tension, which is I'm going to move back a little bit into the side. Okay. Now I'm supposed to, I'm supposed to have, for example, my, uh, the joust under my right armpit. I'm going to change that. Okay. Watch. I'm going to have my hand, left hand on the ball, and my right is going to be on the joust. Okay. The movement is the same. Okay. The movement is the same. Watch. But I start right here, slightly, I kind of coiling a little bit to the left side. And then from here, I'm going to swing my arms in that diagonal pattern. Right here. Okay. And then I bring it down. What I'm trying to do is to bring the joust up to a point that it's almost vertical. Okay. It's a slight angle. Why? I don't want to be here. Okay. And again, my shoulder doesn't feel too good. I want to be right here. And at the top, my right arm is pulling. Okay. You want to keep or maintain tension on the straps. Okay. That is one of the common mistakes that I see. Okay. When people turn, they go straight up. You see, the strap goes loose. That's not the point. The point is you want to maintain tension by pulling away. Okay. Like so. Here. Okay. See, I'm keeping tension. And again, I control the way down to maximize my eccentric muscle contraction. Okay. Let's see how it looks from the front. So from this angle, I want to point out the following. Notice the start. Okay, my left hand starts about shoulder height. Okay, and of course my right is going to be a little bit lower. But here's the key: you don't want to start here. Okay, you want to start right here. Okay, so notice that my left is higher than my right, and then at the finish, my right is higher than my left. Okay, I bring it down slowly, and then pay attention to the cylindrical motion and shoulder, hip, back foot pivoting. My center of mass drops. Okay, I drop my center of mass. Okay, right here. Notice that I keep my eyes looking at the camera because this movement is a movement rooted in fighting. You always have to keep your eyes to your opponent. Okay, so here the whole body follows the bar except my face. Okay, here, right here. Okay? Another example is if you do, let's say you play tennis. When you do a backswing or you know, uh, backswing or how do you call this, Jimmy? Forehand, backhand. You always keep your eyes on the ball. You don't look at your eyes on the racket, right? Same concept. When you're fighting, okay, you're looking at your opponent when you're throwing or striking. Okay, you're not following the punch with your eyes. You don't do that. Same here.